Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, if you're seeking true freedom, freedom from the fear, freedom from the inner conflict, or spiritual freedom, you must not mix the spiritual path with the material path. The material path is the outward journey, the relative world, and spiritual freedom is about recognizing the absolute reality. And there are two different uh, journey. The relative freedom or material freedom is about recognizing the pattern, refining the pattern, building the pattern, simplifying the pattern. It's all about upgrades. And the spiritual journey is about undoing the pattern, deconstructing the pattern. To be spiritually free. Spiritually free means to be free from the mind, to free from the inner conflict, to awaken to one's own true nature. All patterns must dissolve, must be dismantled. Dismantling is the way to see the true nature of oneself. The true nature is the background, which is the consciousness itself. And all the patterns are simply the dots on the consciousness, a coloring on the consciousness, or all the dots are the mental identification on the consciousness. So we must learn to see things as they are. We cannot mix things. When we see things as they are, then we can be in the world and at the same time be free of the conflict. And to get there, we must disengage from the pattern, from the conditioning, the bodily conditioning, the mental conditioning, emotional conditioning, psychological conditioning, which is basically ingrained belief in oneself. An ingrained belief is there because of the fear. So, right now what's happening in the world is people are mixing two different realities and living life. And because of that, the conflict, the fear, the pain, the struggle is never overcome, isn't it? You can reflect in your life. You are a spiritual person, and you are also being part of the world. And the spirituality is asking you certain things, and living your life, you see, is the opposite of what spirituality is asking you. So there is a contradiction. There is a confusion, isn't that? The confusion, the contradiction, there's dilemma in life. There's a struggle in the spiritual journey. There's a struggle in life is because of not realizing the nature of the two different realities. We must understand that being free from our own mind, or being free from our fear, is about undoing all the layers of the mind, undoing all the patterns, undoing all identification of the mind, of who we think we are. Who we think we are is the mental perception. And who you truly are is beyond the mental perception. And the outer world is identifying and prolonging the game, which is the pattern, and conditioning oneself in the pattern. And everybody is conditioned already, isn't it? You are conditioned in your life. You are somebody today. That somebody is coming from the place of experience, from your environment, molding you to be somebody. You are a doctor, you're an engineer, you are artisan, craftsman. Whatever you are, notice that identification is pattern. You see certain pattern in that relative journey, isn't it? And because of recognizing the pattern, you see the shift. You are that now. Especially when you recognize the pattern, that who you have become somebody today. If you recognize the pattern has built you to get there, then you understand the outward journey is pattern based, conditioning based. And if you're interested in the spirituality, then you must come to your senses that the inward journey is about undoing the pattern. The inner suffering, the conflict in life, the pain in life, the fear in life is the mind, isn't it? Mind. Listening to the mind, holding on to the mind. The mind is the source of the pain, the source of struggle. When we don't recognize the nature of the mind, when we don't recognize who we are, and when you don't recognize the nature of the mind, then we naturally become the mind and we forget who we are. And because of that, there's a struggle. But once you recognize that who you are so far is all about pattern, it's all about conditioning. And then to be spiritually free, we have to investigate the pattern. Investigating the pattern means tracing the pattern backward. The journey, the enlightenment journey, is about tracing the pattern backward, tracing our ingrained belief backward, tracing our conflict backward, tracing our fear backward. Because the fear, pattern, conditioning is, they are the coloring on the consciousness. They are the layers on you. And the real you is the consciousness itself. That is the background. That's who you are. That's your nature. Your nature is conscious. And everything you have seen, gone through in life are simply the layers on you, the colorings on you. So, spiritual journey is about undoing or tracing the mind, tracing the attachment, tracing the identification backward. That's the journey. So don't mix two realities, and don't take your spiritual journey out in the world. Because of this, religious and spiritual ideology makes the world full of conflict. The conflict is already there. The all religious religions. There's a conflict. There's a separation. There's a division already, because it's religions that are present in the world are saying that my religion is better than yours. My God is a true God. So, truth is universal. And it's unchanging. God is another name for truth, and the truth is already within you. So we need to figure out the truth to be free. So you can be part of the spiritual journey, which is the inward journey of examining the mind, examining our attachment, fear, struggle, pain, examining, tracing it backward. And when you have time, you do that. But when you are being part of the world, you be part of the world. Everybody has to be part of some art. Everybody has to be part of some service. That's how it works in the outer world. That's how it works in the world. We have to pick up something, and with that we interact with the world. With that we are making each other's life better. Supposed to make each other's life better with our craft by providing the skill, the knowledge. But that's not the scenario, right? The ego is so big in everyone's life, and the ego doesn't want to share. The ego only shares in a way to hold on to someone's journey, to limit someone's journey. That's how the world works. That's how the world works, because of the ego. So, you have time for your inward journey of understanding yourself, to know yourself, to see yourself through self-inquiry. And there is a time to be part of the world, to see the pattern, to engage with the pattern, and invite stability, certain flow, in a way that you're experiencing life in a fun manner, rather than limiting flow. Living your life and spirituality, they can go in the parallel manner. But don't mix it. The spirituality is about seeing the reality as it is, which means seeing the truth of who you are. An outward journey is about seeing the relative nature of the relative reality. And to see both worlds, the key is the awareness. Another name for awareness is the consciousness, which is you. That's who you are. The nature of the consciousness is conscious. The nature of the awareness is aware. You have that awareness in you, that you have this conscious quality in you. And when you're walking parallel, being part of the world and being part of the spirituality, you need that. But you have a time for spiritual work and you have a time to engage with the world. But never mix it. And this is the thing, if you succeed in the spiritual world, you will succeed in the material world as well. Succeed means if you see the truth of who you are, the seeing the truth of who you are journey itself teaches you the nature of the mind and helps you see the world, helps you understand the world. World means another human being. You understand the mind of the world. And when you understand the world and see who you are, you know better how to interact, how to simplify, how to find ease, how to not to lose, how to anchor in who you are, which is the true happiness, the true inner peace. So only spiritual journey, which is waking up to one's true nature, is the true freedom within and outside. But if we ignore the inner freedom and just look for the material freedom, that would be a never-ending journey. The ego will continue to seek more and more. Because of that, we are already suffering. Because of the suffering, now there is a seeking for the balance. The thing is that there's no balance. We just have to see the reality, two realities as they are. Hope this video makes sense to you guys. Okay, don't mix the two journey. And don't mix the two journeys, and don't invite your spiritual insights into your daily life, into the material world, because that's just being righteous. Righteousness is what? Simply ego. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Take care for now, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.